on Coldwater Nation, it's Geoff, and welcome back to another fly tying tutorial. Today, I'll be showing you how I like to tie a traditional Esdaz egg. While I have my own variant that I have made a tutorial on earlier this year that uses colored ice dubbing spun into a dubbing loop to essentially create a version of chenille, there is no doubting the effectiveness and ease of using traditional Esdaz chenille when making egg flies. Normally, I would give credit to the creators of the given fly patterns that I make tutorials on, but there doesn't seem to be a consensus about who first created the Ezdaz Egg pattern. However, this simple but deadly egg fly is one of my go-to patterns, especially for salmon and steelhead. While Ezdaz eggs can be tied in a large variety of colors, I have found that chartreuse, orange, pink, and red are the most productive colors for my area. So without further ado, let's head over to the bench and get started on tying a traditional Ezdaz egg.
Yeah. There he goes.
Oh my god, look at that! Look at that toe!
The squirmy worm is an effective and very deadly fly.
What's up guys, my name's Brian.
And I'm Geoff.
And you're watching Coldwater. Let's rip some lips.
This video is brought to you in part by Upstate Excursions and by Black Dog Outdoor Sports. We will begin by putting a size 10 scud hook with a 3/16 inch tungsten bead into my vise before starting my 8/0 red thread at the eye of the hook. After a few wraps, I will take my scissors and snip away the tag end of my thread. Then I will take a small section of 0.20 non-lead wire inserted into the bead slot and tie down with tight thread wraps to hold the bead in place, as well as provide additional weight to help the fly sink through even the fastest of currents. Now I will helicopter off the excess 0.20 non-lead wire before taking additional wraps to cover over the sharp end of the wire. Then I'll take even more wraps behind the tungsten bead to really lock it in place before taking wraps down the shank of the hook and a little into the bend of the hook before wrapping back up to the end of the 0.20 non-lead wire. Next, I'll cut a long length of Ezdaz chenille and tie that in behind the non-lead wire before taking wraps of thread down the shank and over the chenille to establish a really strong connection. Then I'll wrap my thread all the way back up to the bead head before taking tight wraps of the Ezdaz chenille up the shank of the fly. Once my wraps of Ezdaz chenille have reached the bead head, I will take a couple wraps of my thread to secure the wraps of chenille behind the bead before snipping off the excess. After that, I'll take a few additional wraps of thread before grabbing my whip finishing tool and putting a double whip finish behind the bead. Then, after I snip away my thread, I'll add a few dabs of head cement to add durability to the fly. And that's all there is to tying a traditional Ezdaz egg. If you enjoyed this fly tying tutorial and you want to see more like this one in the future, leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a new video. That's all for now. Tie lines, everybody.